It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's not hard to say how I feel. It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, hi, you guys. How are you? Yes, Helen, it is cold. It is so chilly. It's ridiculous. It was like 64 in our house this morning, which for me is really too cold. So Bob had started a fire in the fireplace, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going up and sitting upstairs in the toasty upstairs. But I even had him turn the heat on down here in the studio. So if you hear a little buzz in the background, it's because I was cold and I wanted the heater on. I didn't get my room warm enough. I went to see my sister today. And so there is Linda. Beautiful peeps in the house. Yes, you guys, I didn't say I was doing a few other things while Larry and Angie were doing theirs. So I didn't get a chance to say hi to people. I saw in the chat because I was getting my thing posted and doing some other stuff for premieres. And, but yeah, Larry and Angie, those were cool. Very cool pieces. Okay. There's this show on BBC or on the Sky Arts BBC called Landscape Artist of the Year that they make people do in 4 hours. And you like put something together in 40 minutes. That was crazy. It was beautiful. So, there is Gail and Helen. Oh, that's what I got. I knew I forgot to do. Hang on. Okay. Well, I'm going to pull this up right here. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, mail. Come on. Where is it? Oh, it's right back there. My mail. Okay. I am finding something real quick because I got an email from Helen that sent me, nope, not that. Nope, inbox. Where is it? Helen. Helen. Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. Now I can do this. I almost forgot. Here it is. I have to get Helen's scene. I have a scene for each one of you guys. So this is what I'm going to do. Put you guys in preview mode so I can still talk to you and you won't see me doing every stuff in the background. Ha ha ha. So that is there, and I do a duplicate of that. And then I'll take that up to here. So everybody else, let's see, Gail's checking in, and Lupe's checking in. I am excited to go watch your stuff from today and yesterday, Lupe. I haven't had a chance to even be on because I went to see my sister, you guys, just to make sure everything was doing fine with her. And there it is. And she's doing pretty well. She's had, the scars are looking good. She's not in too much pain. She just can't lift her arm up very high, which is understandable. But, I'm pretty pleased with her, how well she's doing. She's, and her daughter showed up and brought her some food, or was making food for her, and her granddaughter too. A little surprised that I kind of outed Sarah because she's not eating a whole lot. She doesn't really want to. Bring to the front. All right, I got that. And so that's just how it goes. Okay, after the story, me, Helen, I needed to do. Okay, we'll just do this after. There we go. Got it. Figured it out. All right. Back to live so you guys can see me. All right. I fixed it in the background. Woohoo. There's and Helen. I'm eating some ramen because I'm freezing. Yes. And Tamara's here. And yeah. Oh, Lupe's stuff is just gorgeous. Like she is doing okay. Her color seemed better to me. She's still, doesn't have a lot of energy sometimes, and she has to be careful what she eats sometimes. And the odd thing is, like, she asked the doctor if she could, put a heating pad or ice pack on where she thought it was swelling to help with that area or do stuff. And they told her no, because she doesn't have any nerves there anymore. They took everything out and there's no tissue. There's like her outer stuff that the suit where it's the outer skin right there that they've got, that they basically put together or stuff. Underneath that, there's not anything, and it's like this part of your chest is now all across her, from under her arm and all across. So they said you can't do that because you could burn yourself, or it would freeze the skin. You could either get it too hot and you wouldn't know. So Sarah was like, Anyway, but she's coming along. It's only been a couple weeks, and yeah, Miss No Patience is doing okay. So I'm pleased. I was like that. Oh, yay. Cool. I'm glad you got that. There's Julia, yes, and she's always does amazing work. Yeah, those skulls she was working on were great. Not sugar skulls, but tomorrow night I think I'm going to try to do some drawing and sketching on sugar skull type designs. Do a little work on that tomorrow night for before I take off, because tomorrow night will be the last live I do before I take off on Tuesday. And then they're all premieres until I'm back, and they're pretty much so done. I've got 2 more to record. 1, 2, yes, 2 more to record, and that should be easy to do. And then I have 2 that are recorded and ready to get uploaded, and I have 2 more to record and upload. So that'll be done. Do your whippets have their heavy sweaters on? Yeah, 50,000. 53 currently outside. Yes, 65 here. I don't remember the weather ever being so cold and wet for this time of year. It is the 3rd year in a row that is an El Nino or La Nina or El Nino, one of the two, I can't remember, is predicted for the Northwest and to be colder and wetter than normal. Considering we had the driest summer on record for years, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's really been through a lot. Yeah, she has been. Yeah. She does get like she ate something the other day that did not she's still got all this anesthesia and from the seizure and everything, the surgery going through her, and whatever she ate didn't work with everything else that was going into her system, and she actually went and got shocky, and Jim had to wrap her up in like 3 blankets and get her warm and everything because she couldn't stop shaking because this reaction with the food and the leftover medicine and everything in her, and it's just crazy. Hey, there we go. There's Larry. How are you? Hey, you, after that amazing painting you did, you had every right to take a breather there and come in at your leisure. So, it was great. Julie fell asleep. And there's Mona, hi. Good to have you here. Yeah, Larry, you missed me doing my little back. I forgot to put something in. Yeah. There's Mona. Sounds like she's like, oh, wants everything to heal within days. Yeah, she does. Sarah's always been kind of like that. Kind of impatient, but she's going to come along. And it's just the nerve. She's getting used to the fact that these weird nerve thing, and it's very, when you don't have nerve or the nerves are damaged and they do little shoot things of starting to heal. After I had shingles really bad, and they heal, it's very strange. And I still even have from when my foot was crushed when I was in Africa, and the bruise and the possible crack I got. There's some areas where it still gets all tingly right now. I know El Nino is male and La Nina is female. I know that, Linda. It's just I can't remember which one it is they're saying that we're having. They say we have one or the other, and who knows which way. I at least remember that from my 3 years of Spanish. I do remember between the L and the La. Nice and warm. Oh, now we can wait to see the video. Larry and Angie, yes. Smooches. Oh, my goodness. Mona and everybody's here. Okay, I think they're like electric shocks. And she went into shock because she ate something and then she couldn't. It caused her to not be able to breathe very well, and it wasn't an allergy type of thing. It was something reacting with all the medication and the gas that's still built up in her system, and so she felt like she was stuck, and she had a really hard time. It's just it's getting. Plus, she's got so dang many chemicals in her body from the Ibrance and everything else, and then all the things that they've done. Whew, it's nuts. So. I'd prefer no Nino. I know. No Nino would be nice. But Larry, you heard that they predicted us to have a colder and wetter winter. Is it a lot? Bob told me this morning, but he was kind of it was pretty early in the morning when he was telling me this because the house was so cold and the fire was just getting going. And I hadn't had more than like one sip of coffee, and he was in this conversation mode about the weather. Just between you and me, my ears weren't working. I wasn't. I heard him. Yes. Oh well. That's the way it goes. I know he was talking something about that, and I heard a little bit of it, but I didn't get all the details. I wasn't completely present. Bad wife. Oh, well. It happens. And we move on. But first coffee, yes, he should know better. I need to consume at least half the cup before I have intelligent conversation. So, speaking of cool conversations and everything like that, Helen mentioned last night when we were doing the art and we had the traditional tattoos and there was that discussion. She said that her daughter had just had her leg tattooed and oops, that's the wrong one. That's an old one of Helen's. Hang on, where did it go? Nope, that's not it. That's the old one. Hang on. Okay. That's a long time ago. Hang on. Let me go back to preview. I had it. And what did I do with it? I took them there. Helen. Where's all the overlays? Okay. Let me get them back on there. Well, fiddle. I had them. Okay. Where is it? Okay, well, we'll do this. Is this the one? First one? Oh, and I pulled them up. So much for my being efficient. Okay, there we go. Go back. And now, there they are. Okay, so she said in her email that, here's my daughter's leg, Gretchen. She already had the Hawaiian Islands, so he incorporated them. In the circle is our Amakua, family guide or spirit, Mo'o, lizard gecko. The red by her Achille is the big island Hawaii. Her friend from Oak Harbor who lives in Hawaii did this. I love it. Mahalo, Helen. Isn't that something else? That is amazing. The part on behind her knee, oh, I can imagine how that hurt. But it's so beautiful. Thanks, Gail, for mentioning the thumbs up. Yeah, I thought this down here at the bottom, oops, bigger, make it bigger. You can see that right down there is the island of Hawaii. And the islands, you can start to see them around there. Very cool how he incorporated them. And she already had those. That is really, really stunning. Wow, just amazing. Absolutely. So, Helen, thank you for sending those in. That is really, really beautiful. I need coffee to be, if anything. Oh, my daughter has her ribs done. Bryn has her ribs done with a large yin yang and a ankh, is it? Symbol, and then she has the top of her feet done in black. Her ribs are done in color. The top of her feet are done in just black and white. She has the moon and the sun, and has not gone back and had the color done in them. A couple sittings, yeah. Yeah, the upside down thing did not bother me at all. For me, I used it as an exercise in drawing on the right side of the brain. Just pretending that, okay, he's got it upside down so that I can practice seeing upside down and seeing how he does it and getting it. It was very fun. I enjoyed it, Larry, and then like I said in the comments, it makes a big reveal. So when you turn it around, it's like, whoa, yeah. So big reveal. Yeah, this was purposely done. Purposely done. Anyway, tonight's story, you guys, is the last of Tomie DePaola's books. He died in 2020, and this was the last book that he wrote. And I'm going to read the book to you first, and then I'm going to share with you his notes from the book about Tomie DePaola, that his detailed notes and steps he went through in writing the book. They have all of the, like his notebook paper first draft of the book, and then what he did in typing it out and how he adjusted the pages, and then the artwork and how detailed and how things changed with that. So I'm going to read the book to you first. It's called Quiet, and it's a wonderfully simple, beautiful book. And then we're going to go through what he did to write it. And then I might come back if I have time and read it again. and we can appreciate it a second time. So, Quiet by Tomie DePaola. Let me make this just a little bit lower, a little smaller. There we go. I love the border all around the base. You see the little bugs in it, and the grass, the green, the simple everything. And there's the white bird that he had. My, oh my, the grandfather said, everything is in such a hurry. The birds are flying so fast. And our dog is rushing after the ball, said the girl. I see a frog jumping high into the pond, said the boy. And a dragonfly zooming over the water. Even the trees are waving their leaves. Busy as busy can be. Let's not be so busy. Why don't we sit here, you next to me? The birds are just like us, taking a rest, singing their song. Our dog is tired. I think he's dreaming. The frog is sitting and blinking. The dragonfly has stopped beating its wings. Let us be quiet like all our friends, quiet and still. I can think when I'm quiet. I can see when I'm still. To be quiet and still is a special thing. And that's the end. For all those who know the beauty of quiet and pass it on to others. Wow. So now I'm going to go and find my book on Tomie DePaola. Where did it go? There it is. Here. Okay. So this is that book that I said that is called The Worlds of Tomie DePaola. And it goes into chapters and verse about his different books and his what influenced him, about his religious life, about his family life, and all different kinds of things. But this is called, the chapter is called Creating the Book. And it's right there. Creating the Book. DePaola's one-time casual remark that Stregonona went from doodle pad to book might give the impression that his illustrative process happened overnight. Nothing could be further from the truth. Even before the writing begins, DePaola maintained, a picture book sits in my head for a long periods of time. Then, depending on its complexity and what else is happening in my life, it might take months to create. I often work on several books at once. While I'm checking galleys for a spring book, for instance, I might be working on the art schedule for a fall release, and also sketching out ideas for a future title. As to where to start, DePaola explained, my first impulse is to begin with the pictures, but I restrain myself. I thoroughly believe that the story comes first. As to what makes a good story for children, DePaola responded quickly, the same thing that makes a good story for adults. Complexity, plot, character development, suspense, drama, humor, sadness. The only difference is that in a children's book, you have fewer words and more pictures. Furthermore, he explained, text space can be limiting. A big idea may have to be compressed into a single sentence, while too much text could squeeze out the art. Another factor he considered was the way the words sound, because a picture book is likely to be read aloud. When the text was complicated, DePaola began preparing sketches. Or when the text was completed, DePaola began preparing sketches, which often looked like doodles because he claimed, if my drawings are too complete, the final artwork dies. Actual drawings for a 32-page picture book could take from 6 weeks up to 3 months to complete, while an extended book such as Mother Goose took several years from creative seed to finished product. When asked about his preferred art approach, DePaola firmly stated that it was important to wisely choose the medium and technique most appropriate to the story. Following are the stages DePaola went through to bring his last picture book, the New York Times bestselling Quiet, to fruition. DePaola's willingness to allow sketches, changes, rough drafts, and final copy to be reproduced here permits a glimpse of the creativity, the work, the care, the detail, the time, and the love that went into just one of his books. What's this? Oh yeah, Noah Cyrus book, that Stand Still. I honestly think I'm going deaf. You do? Larry, is it too quiet? What? Do I need to turn things up? No. Let me see. What volume is it? It should be good. So here is the handwritten first draft of the manuscript for Quiet. So look at the birds flying so fast, the grandfather said, and it's all handwritten out on notebook paper. This is his first draft. That's what a first draft, oftentimes I've seen. It's low? Oh, hold it. What, you guys? No. I've got everything turned up. There we go. Turn that. Maybe what's with that sound going on? All right. Is that better? Don't feel bad complaining. Let me know. I need to know because this I'm new to this microphone and there's all different kinds of settings. I need to. I'm the story part comes easily to me. Figuring out the audio settings is not always so intuitive for me. So, sound preferences. Make sure I got that part done. Balance, output, input. It's up all the way, output. And there we go. Okay, we'll try that. All right. Okay, so this is the handwritten first draft of the manuscript for Quiet. And you can see it was just a single notebook paper and a few lines on the next page. Typical, I've often seen other manuscripts of picture books and people that do the handwriting out, they oftentimes skip lines like this. And that's the first draft handwritten. Then it comes a later, a later near final typed draft of the manuscript in which pagination has been added. Some lines shifted slightly, namely the opening of the book, and word choice was tweaked a bit. But overall, the final manuscript did not change much from Tommy's original vision. So you can see where he changed out the, this doesn't expand, okay. thought it might expand. He changed out the original. I wonder if I can expand it here. Nope. Okay. Like the pages, page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5. And because the way picture books are set up as a 32-page item, you have to figure out what pages go together. And he has the end papers, the half title, the copyright, and he moved things all around. And then all over to the next page too, and it shows us all how it's down. I think that's pretty fascinating. So then the final manuscript, copy edited and circulated to the design department for placement in layouts. So that is a big deal about how where the text is going to be laid out and how the pictures are going to be. And then early in the art process, DePaola began with character design and development sketches for the girl, the boy, and their grandfather. Initially, the grandfather appeared younger and wore a cap instead of a brimmed hat. Oops. Where'd they go? There. Come on. Why is it doing that? Okay. For the spread on pages 6 and 7, the text, "The birds are flying so fast," DePaola sketched a rough scene, worked out composition of the characters and their placement within the spread. So even figuring out how his art was going to work around the text and how he was going to adapt his picture to fit the text. As DePaola homed in on the composition, he began to add more details to the scene and to toy further with the characters' appearances, clothing, and positioning. Before working on final illustration, DePaola experimented with various color palettes and hues. And here it shows the final painting for pages 6 and 7. So he had a color palette that he was working with and had different things that he was trying. The final layout of pages in 6 and 7 with text is as it appears in the finished book. That's pretty cool. Now this last section here is a kind of a bonus section. I'll show you a bit of it. After this, it's out of the book, but it's some of his outside of picture book artwork. This is one of The Being of God is the Beauty of All There Is. It's a self-portrait he did, oil on canvas, 36 by 29 3/4. Shows some of he did that in 1996. Yes. No, 1956. So he did a lot acrylic on canvas. That's a small 3 by 3. Is that where it has the bird? No. He did a life study at Pratt Institute. Oh, that was one of his books is called The Clown of God. And he designed the fabric for a weaving studio, made vestments for the chapel in the Ile-de-France, created the architectural drawings for his present studio, and sculpted masks used in the stage production of The Clown of God, which was a pretty amazing thing. Some more of his art. Gallery tours, figure studies. So he didn't do just picture books and another self-portrait. This is the Italian grandparents, Concetta and Antonio. You might remember them from Stregonona. They were real people. And that's the Italian grandparents. And then in just a little bit, he does, there was I thought I saw one, a blue chair, 5 gourds, acrylic on wood and on gourds. I thought I had one that he did his Irish grandparents. here is Perrault with 5 yellow birds. Perrault is from The Clown of God. Matisse Madonna, red-haired Madonna. She loves standing in newly plowed field in her new shoes. The red Madonna. Where's his grandparents? There's another picture of his grandparents. I know that there is another one he did of his Irish grandparents. Just a second. There's the Italian ones. Oh, maybe I don't see it. Oh, I could have been wrong. Okay. So I'm going to go back here to me. Back. There we go. And get back to the book and read it one more time now that you've seen what he did to make it. Yeah, isn't it art? Yeah. The planning worked. I have my speakers at 100%. Oh my gosh. Weird. I wonder if it turned down or something. Okay, I don't know. So, back to the beginning of this. So you got to see some of the things that he's done and how he planned and worked through all his artwork. And that was pretty typical of his workflow in all of his books and in a lot of the things he did. Like his Mother Goose book, like you said, took years. But it's pretty amazing. If you've ever want to grab a Mother Goose book, grab Tomie DePaola's. It's beautiful. But here is one more time with quiet. After seeing his planning, and you can see now how the color palette that he chose, the layout of the text, and that he actually altered some of the photos or some of the pictures to fit how he wanted the text to lay. Quiet. My, oh my, the grandfather said. Everything is in such a hurry. The birds are flying so fast. And our dog is rushing after the ball, said the girl. I see the frog jumping high into the pond, said the boy. And a dragonfly zooming over the water. Even the trees are waving their leaves. Busy as busy can be. The expressions there on the grandfather. Let's not be so busy. Why don't we sit here, you next to me? See the little, in the lower right-hand corner, the little ground hog-like creature underneath the ground? And the snails and the bugs. And there's a squirrel and the bees. See the beehive? The birds are just like us, taking a rest, singing their song. Our dog is tired. I think he's dreaming. Can you even see the detail in the dog leash? The little blue, touch of blue. The frog is sitting and blinking. The dragonfly has stopped beating its wings. Let us be quiet like all our friends. Quiet and still. See all the ants? And again the beehive. And then the white bird. And the other one. I can think when I'm quiet. This expression on the girl here is one of my favorite of all of his books. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I can see when I'm still, and that little boy, those eyes. Woo. To be quiet and still is a special thing. And there you see his name, DePaola, with the heart that he oftentimes did right after his name on the in the lower right-hand corner. And the kids with their feet not touching the ground, and there's the bird. The clouds, from there, this like the sunset color, just a faint wash of it. Oh, just so. I wonder, did he use the illustrations for this book are rendered in transparent acrylics and colored pencil on Arch's 150-pound cold press 100% rag. I would have thought that they were done in watercolor, but shows what I don't know. That's pretty amazing. Wow. Okay. So you guys, that was that story. What did it, let's see. It's good on my side. The sound, the softness of the colors. Yeah. I mean, blah are the colors. Not that you have blah brain, but it's about the soft colors. The way he went about choosing that color palette was really intriguing to me. How he, went through so much and chose in different. It's just pretty amazing. And like in the Legend of the Indian Paintbrush, how he had that muted kind of tones that still fit with the area of Wyoming, and it's just it really does look like the colors I see and what I've seen in Wyoming when I was there. Yeah, you saw a lot more creatures this time through. Exactly. It's that kind of book that there's so many little details that the bees I hadn't seen. This was the first time I saw the bees, and that squirrel, the groundhog, I hadn't seen either. It's just always fascinating to see how he does his work. So I'm glad you guys like it. That was the end of my Tomie DePaola series and that whole study. I might have a Stregonona that she might pop up for just no good reason, just because. And she does have an unexpected house guest for one of her books that comes and stays, and how she gets rid of the unexpected house guest. So, or how that happens. Anyway, for now, this is the end of that part of the series. And so I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about Tomie DePaola and what he brought to children's literature and some of his books. The diversity is amazing. Clown of God is, it's not available right now, but it's a seasonal one. So when it comes to the right season, I'll read Clown of God, because it is something spectacular also. And I'll bring it back in. You never know when these guys are popping back in, and they have wonderful ones they're worth revisiting. But for now, it's time for the story circle to close, and for us to head out and do whatever else we need to do this evening, whether it's get some rest or go finish another project or just enjoy the company that you're around. And for now, just thank you so much for everybody for coming and joining me with Story and Art. I will be back tomorrow night with a live, and before I head off to Oaxaca on Tuesday. So until next time, everybody, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around, and you'll find it if you go look in the mirror first. I'll talk to you later. Ooh. No sound? Ah.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feel alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous, we could be famous, we could be famous. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves